So finally, we got news of one of the biggest Stadia add-ons that we've all been waiting for in Ubisoft Plus, and we have some good stuff to talk about, but we have some very, very bad. Stick around for that, as it will be the first thing we'll touch on in this video. I also got more news of the free Stadia Premier Edition promotion, and last but not least, EA is buying up Codemasters. So all that in this video. Please consider hitting that like button to help the algorithm push the video so we can find more Stadians, and subscribe for daily Stadia and cloud gaming content. So the big news of the day has to be, of course, Ubisoft Plus is about to launch, or has launched depending on when you see this video, and we have some good news to talk about and some not so good news. We're just going to go ahead and rip the band-aid off now and let you guys know that Ubisoft Plus is in beta for US residents only. That means that no other country at this moment for now will have access to Ubisoft Plus. Obviously, this is pretty disappointing for all our friends around the world. Unfortunately, there is no word on when we might see a rollout to other countries. Now, I certainly won't make excuses for all the parties involved on this particular set of news, but as I know, Ubisoft Plus is also available for Amazon Luna, and that's also US based. This makes me put two and two together, makes me think that this might not be something on Stadia's part, but maybe a Ubisoft decision, and because it is in beta, they are testing in a very limited market. Also, some are making the correlation that maybe some deal was made with Luna and Ubisoft Plus to keep it in the US only, since Luna itself is only in the US, but I'm not so sure about that one. Either way, there's plenty of blame that can go around. This also extends to Stadia. I'm not so sure that I would have launched this if I was Stadia, because you're honestly going to anger a lot of people. I mean, a good portion of people are using Stadia that are not just in the US. So in my opinion, there is plenty of blame to go around, and there's no excuses for all parties. With that, I know a lot of you are going to be very disappointed. Feel free to let me know what those thoughts are down below. But for those who will have access to Ubisoft Plus, we actually have quite a bit of good here to discuss. Now, if you don't know already, you can link your account through Stadia, or you can do it through the Ubisoft Plus account management if it's not already linked. And what you do is you pay $15 a month, and you will have access to this library of games. So far, from what I can see, we have the Far Cry franchise, newly launched titles like Immortals Fenyx Rising, Valhalla, Watch Dogs. From my vision here, though, seems to be missing, but I hope it does make an appearance. We also have the Tom Clancy titles, Uno, Trials Rising, Monopoly, Family Feud, and I don't see Just Dance, unfortunately. But one massive positive here, and I think this is actually pretty huge, is the fact that a lot of these titles are coming in with their Ultimate Editions, meaning that you're going to be able to play all the DLC and get all the extras that come along typically with these titles. Immortals Fenyx Rising is a game that just launched with the Gold Edition, and it's worth $100. Assassin's Creed Valhalla Ultimate is $120. So obviously you can see the immense amount of value you're getting, even despite not getting the full catalog of Ubisoft games that is well over 100 titles. Another thing that I want to point out is if you do sign up to Ubisoft Plus, you have access to your save files on other systems. If you own a gaming PC or one of the other consoles, with Ubisoft Connect, your saves should transfer from platform to platform. All in all, I'm a big fan of this subscription model, and I do wish though that it was a tiny bit cheaper on Stadia, since we don't get access to all the titles, but the fact that new games are on here that just launched within the last 30 days is pretty huge. Unfortunately, the biggest downside has to be our friends everywhere else won't get access to this, and the fact that it is limited to just one single country is a bit of a bummer. But let me know down below either way, guys, what you think about that. If you're going to be getting Ubisoft Plus and you do have access, let me know if you guys are going to be signing up for this subscription model, and of course let me know if you guys are disappointed. I do want to hear all of that down below. Alright, so the overwhelming response to Cyberpunk 2077 pre-orders and getting a free Stadia Premier bundle has paid off. Supplies have now run out across the world. You will no longer be eligible to receive a free Premier edition, as we were informed by the Stadia team that it was a successful promotion. So if you were still hoping to buy it in the coming days and get a free Premier edition, you're going to be out of luck. And if you're someone who never got the email, or you were for whatever reason unable to redeem it, you're also out of luck. Either way though, I hope we continue to see see more stuff like this down the line, and I will keep an eye out myself, so especially keep an eye out on the channel so when future promotions do come, I can go ahead and let you guys know. Right, and the last piece of news I wanted to touch on in this video, it looks as though EA has outbid Take-Two for the right to Codemasters, the makers of games like Grid, F1 2020, and the Dirt series, by coming in with an offer at $1.2 billion. Take-Two had offered around $994. Now this is a lot of money without a doubt, and I'm actually more of a fan of EA than I am of Take-Two, but EA right now seems to have a limited contract in regards to how many games we're getting on Stadia. As of right now, we know that there are 5 games coming from EA to Stadia, with 3 of them already announced and 1 of them launched in Star Wars, with 2 yet to be named. And it does make me wonder, if EA ends up holding the rights to Codemasters, will we be getting a continuation of the games like the F1 series and Dirt? It also begs the question about EA's own racing titles like the Need for Speed franchise. Will they continue those, or what will be their plan? Either way, we'll have to continue to monitor this, and I hope that this doesn't make a lot of changes for the Stadia ports, as the Codemaster titles have personally reignited my love for racing games, and I know they have for a lot of other people. Either way, we'll keep an eye out. With all that, let me know down below what you guys think of today's news. What are your thoughts on Ubisoft Plus if you are outside the US? Are you guys upset about this, or do you guys not mind waiting a little bit longer? If you do have access to Ubisoft Plus, will you guys be signing up for it to try it out? Let me know all that down below, and if you have any thoughts on the EA and Codemasters deal, I'd love to hear that. Like always, hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more Stadia content, and as always guys, I'll see you in the cloud.